From the park, hear the happy sound.
Welcome back to Atlantic City. We are here for Breakfast with Bob, and we've got the inaugural Challenge Atlantic City coming up tomorrow. And really one of the legendary triathletes from the Czech Republic. He is going for his 138th Ironman distance or Iron distance event tomorrow. Mr. Petr Vabrousek. Peter, how are you?
Good, how are you?
It's funny because we've both been in Kona a lot of years. I don't know if we've spent that much time chatting over the time.
I don't think so. I'm usually kept around my Czech group in Kona and don't attend a lot of functions there.
So tell me, growing up, what were your sports before triathlon?
First of all, the first 10 years of my life, I was completely unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I didn't do any sports, and I was extremely lazy. And then I was 11. I started rowing with my older and younger brother.
Yes.
And it kind of got me into regular sports.
Yeah.
And I kept rowing for 10 years. When I was 16 year old, I tried my first triathlon, which is exactly 25 years ago, but still kept rowing for another 3 or 4 years.
Now, were you rowing trying to make the national team? Is that
I was junior at that time.
Okay.
So I was rowing for medals on the national championships.
Oh, wow.
But there was nothing like a world championships or European championships for us at that age.
And what distances were you rowing? And was this like a 6?
There is just one distance for rowing, which was 1 kilometer, then 1,500 meters, and then 2,000 meters as I was getting older.
Right. And how was it individual or you were with a group?
All kinds of ships, all kinds of boats.
Yeah.
I loved single scull most. But I've done 8s and 4s and everything. Yeah.
So what led you to triathlon?
Yeah, the fact that I tried it and I loved it from the very first moment. Probably the variability of swimming, cycling, and running.
Yeah. And
the other thing is the freedom it gave me. I mean, rowing means you have a rowing club with there the boat is, where your co-rowers are, where your coaches are, and your river.
Yes.
So you are pretty much limited to one place. And triathlon gave me a huge freedom. I can travel with my family for various vacations, around the world. And you can swim, bike, and run pretty much everywhere.
The interesting thing, we think about triathlon as sort of a pain in the butt to travel because you got your bike and the rest of it. When you were talking about traveling with boats, I mean, taking a bike is no big deal.
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, when I was rowing, we just travel around the country and neighboring countries. So it was like packing the bus and a huge truck with the boats and each race was kind of a 4-day thing.
Yeah.
Travel 1 day, then 2 days of rowing races, like 7-8 races in 2 days, and then traveling back.
So when you first got into this, and I think you've done 15 Konas, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
15 Ironman World Championship in Kona. So when you first got into it, there weren't a lot of other Ironman races out there, right? There were nothing like there are today.
Yeah, there was less. I was racing less as well, but I've been doing short distance for a lot of years.
Yes.
Mostly European Cup and Czech Cup races, Olympic distance, and even though I did my first Ironman in '99 and in Australia in May and qualified for Kona in the very first one, which was very nice.
Yeah.
I still kept doing the short distance through the whole summer, and then did 2 more Ironman races in the autumn, and it was European Championships in Almere, which is a new addition to Challenge now. So that's where I did my personal best because I had a lot of speed at that time. And then I did my first Kona. So it was only 3 Ironman races the first year I've done it, and then I kind of combined it with a short distance for a couple of more years. And when I found out that Ironman distance is the real thing for me, and just do the long distance now, and anything shorter is just for training.
How many Iron distance events have you won?
Roughly 30.
Wow.
Yeah, around the number.
That's cool. Now, one of the things I always wondered about, because I'd see you in Kona every year, and I know how your swimming has always been a limitation for you, right? You're usually around an hour. Well, now, what is it about? Because you were a rower, you'd think that over time that your swimming would get better. Is it you're just big muscles?
Yeah, probably. I've always had a tons of power.
Yeah.
But also very stiff shoulders and ankles and very heavy legs. So my position while swimming is very bad.
Yeah.
It can get a little bit better with a wetsuit legal swim, but as Kona is always non-wetsuit legal, it's
just the way
no
it
good
is.
swim for me in Kona. Yeah.
Because when I look at it and I go, okay, I know Peter's in Kona, and he's probably not gonna. It's gonna cost him money to come to Hawaii, right?
Yeah, sure.
And he could be going to Florida or go somewhere else. Where,
I'm
which you usually do, you do both there.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. I mean, what's the most number of Iron distance events you've done in 1 year?
15, I think.
15 in 1 year?
Yeah, I'm usually 14 to 15 past 6 years, 7 years.
I mean, do you basically just recover in between?
Yeah.
So you don't do a lot of training in between?
No, that's what I love most about this. I've done Ironman distance race on Saturday. I've packed my stuff overnight, and Sunday morning I was flying with my family to Washington.
Yeah.
We spent 4 days on museums and attractions there, and then moved to Atlantic City.
Yes.
So, and I'm doing another Ironman distance on Sunday with Challenge Atlantic City, and then I have Friday I do extra race on afternoon. And
Saturday, so you do Xterra stuff as well?
That's a specific big man race in Prague, where you do extra race on Friday afternoon, Ironman distance on Saturday morning, and you count the times together.
Oh, so, interesting. So do you do a lot of Xterra racing, mountain biking?
Not a lot. I'm very unskilled mountain
biker.
I just sit on the bike maybe twice, 3 times a year when I'm doing some Xterra race because there's nothing else to do for training at that weekend.
Yeah.
And this combination in Prague, the Xterra plus Ironman distance, that's my favorite. I've done it, I think, 7 years in a row, and I love it. Yeah.
So how big has triathlon become in the Czech Republic?
It's always been pretty big.
Yeah.
We've had plenty of Ironman distance races in 80s. So I think in 80s we've been one of the leading countries in Ironman distance racing in the world.
Right.
Then with the communist regime, it was suppressed a little bit. The long distance, it was too individualistic and too Western-like.
Right.
So it was, at the time, there was no more Ironman distance races.
Oh, interesting.
But a lot of short distance races.
More ITU format, with the Olympics.
Yeah, even the sprint distance. And then in past 10 years, we once again had a big growth in long distance racing as well. But you would have 5, 6, 7 triathlons every weekend in the Czech Republic, so it's not too bad.
So do you take your family with for most of your travels?
Mostly in the summer, when my son is not in the school.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes also in the school year, but we are trying not to take Philip too much out of the school. So now once in the spring, once in the autumn, and through the summer.
Now that they have the qualifying for Kona as a pro, I mean, you're 41 years old, or you're going to be 41, and getting there is sort of tough. At this point in your career, if it happens, it happens, but you're not going to go chase a lot of points to get there.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been there 15 times in a row. It's right now. I think I'm still in the points, around 35th place, so I might end up there as well. But it's not like I would plan my season around just Ironman branded races to get as many points as possible. I do whatever race I feel like want to do.
Yes.
Like new locations like here.
Yeah.
Exciting locations. A lot of local Ironman distance races in Germany, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Austria, where I can do it in one day.
Right.
And so if I end up being there at the cutoff, it's an honor for me to be qualified again, and I'll go for my 16th. If not, if I'm 52nd or 55th in the ranking, it doesn't make me do one more Ironman branded race just to chase the points.
So there's the Ironman series, there's the Challenge series. I'm assuming you've done Challenge Raw.
Yeah,
talk a little bit about the feel of a challenge event. You like what challenge brings?
Yeah, I really do. I've done Roth several times. I've done Wanaka maybe 6 times. I've done Copenhagen, Taiwan. What else? Pretty much done almost all full distance challenge races on the planet, and I really like it. Yeah, I enjoy doing it. So I won Challenge Henley as well.
Oh, nice!
The first year it happened in England, so yeah, I'm a big fan.
When you go to a 70.3 or a half, do you feel like, oh my God, it's not enough of a workout for me?
Yeah, exactly. But
it's almost too short.
All 70.3 races are just training for me. I do a lot of them.
Yes.
Every time I don't have a weekend with an Ironman distance, I would at least try to do 70.3 distance. But I do those around the country or neighboring countries, so to save myself a lot of travel and time out of the family, or as a family vacation. So we've done 70.3 in Cancun and made a 2-week vacation in Cancun out of it, or we did 70.3 in Orlando to get my son to Disneyland. So 70.3s for me are either family vacation or just training.
And the other thing you mentioned earlier is when you go to Kona, you're sort of the leader, the scout leader for all the other Czech athletes who might be doing their first ever Ironman event.
Not
Ironman World Championship. First ever Ironman World Championship.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all exciting. Over the 15 years, I've probably introduced Kona to maybe 200 Czech and Slovak athletes.
Yes.
As a first timer there, so it's always exciting to be with a group of new excited people, qualified for Kona for the first time. So we always stay together, and it's a really nice week to be there.
So what is it about this sport and these long distances that keeps you coming back? Usually when someone's done 137, 138 races, they're going, okay, enough, I'm out. But you seem to still love it.
Yeah, exactly. Every race I finish, I'm already looking forward for the next one, which is usually the next weekend, especially in the summer. And I just can't get enough of it. I just enjoy the atmosphere, all the people around, and also my schedule is I would say a lot easier than anyone else, because most people would have 6 days of hard work and 1 day off, and I have 1 day of hard work and 6 days off.
Oh, I like that.
Which is kind of really thing to love. I mean, I can't imagine not having an Ironman distance race for 2-3 months in a row. I've never had that since I started doing Ironman races, and that would probably kill me. Just the imagination. There is a time for real training.
Yes.
And I don't want to have time for real training.
Well, the nice thing too is if you're doing a race like Challenge, or like Kona, where you got the best guys, you don't have a problem finding your bike in the rack when you come out of the water in an hour, right? It's like the only one left.
Yeah, that's quite usual. I've also done plenty of ITU long distance world and European championships. It's about formal nice distance, the 3/4. And it was a similar story there with a lot of the ITU guys doing these races.
So fast.
Yeah, I've always been coming to the transition area, finding 5-6 bikes left out of 50, 60. So but the other thing is sometimes, mainly when the race marshals are doing a good job.
Yes.
Sometimes even these situations, I made it to top 10 at the World Champs, or even to top 3, even winning Ironman races. So it depends how good the marshals are.
Yeah.
If I'm the last one out of the transition, but you still have a fair race, it's not lost. Yeah.
You've probably been passed less in races than pretty much most pros, right? Because you're pretty far behind. You pass more than pass you, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like 100 times more.
That's cool.
I'm passed very rarely.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, listen, who's the guy who's least likely to get passed in a race? That would be you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And you're most likely to pass a lot.
Yeah, I've had a couple of very strong cyclists and weaker swimmers than me, which passed me on the bike. It wouldn't be.
Doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, but yeah, sometimes it happens.
Love that. Peter, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to chat. It's really, I love the fact that you're still excited about this, and I love that you don't look at it as, or dread the fact that you're going to the starting line. Even in the middle of the marathon, you love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's painful.
Yes.
It's painful as for everyone else, but I know it's, it'll last 1-2 more hours and it's over, and then I have 6 days off.
You get 6 days off till the next race.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's nothing which could make you tired.
No, exactly. Yeah. So Petr Vabrousek has been our guest. That's a mouthful. We are at Challenge Atlantic City. My name is Bob Babbitt. This is Breakfast with Bob. And Peter will be out there doing his 138th iron distance race at Challenge Atlantic City tomorrow. Peter, best of luck.
Thank you.
You can almost taste the hot